So you have this incredibly messy data set with missing values, duplicated rows, weird strings, and several other problems you don't even know about. And you want to take it from this to this, but you're not sure where to start. In this video, I'm going to teach you to think like a data analyst when it comes to data cleaning, so you can have a system to clean any data set. Step 1, understand your data set. In this step, really focus on building a mental model of your data set before you change anything. This can include getting an idea of things like the basic structure of your data set. What's the shape of your data? Like, how many rows and columns do you have? What are the different data types in your data set? Then you can start to understand more about the rows and the columns in the data set. Like, what does each row represent? What does each column represent? Are there any missing or strange values in any of the rows or the columns? And finally, you can get some basic summaries, like what are the distributions of the numeric variables? What are the unique values in the text columns? So here's an example. We have a job postings data set, and in this data set, we have 1,050 rows and we have 11 columns. So that's the shape of our data, 1,050 rows and 11 columns. We can see that we have text data, we have date data, we have seemingly numeric data, and we also have data that should probably be Boolean values of yes or no. When we look at the rows, we see that each individual row is a job posting, and the columns contain information about each individual job, like the job title, the company, the location of where it's at, salary, the posting date, etc. Now, why is this step important? Well, it's really hard to clean a data set when you don't know what it contains. In addition, running some baseline numbers here can help you validate that your data cleaning steps were performed correctly. More on this in a bit. Now that we understand what we're looking at, the next step is figuring out what's wrong with it. And that's step 2, identify the problems in the dataset. For each of the items you identified in step 1, you can identify things you may need to clean. For example, when you look at the data types of each of the columns, are those the right data types? For example, is numeric data actually coming in with a numeric data type, or is it actually coming in as a string? When you look at what the rows and the columns contain, do you see any missing values? Do you see any duplicated rows? And finally, when you're looking at the distributions of the numeric data and the unique values of the categorical data, do you see any numeric values that look unusual or might be worth investigating? For the categorical data, are there any inconsistencies in the values? For example, are there differences in capitalization? Are there extra spaces, or just generally non-standard data? So let's go through our example data set and identify some of the problems. So first off, we can see that salary doesn't look like it's the right data type. Most likely that's coming in as a string because you see things like 90K along with like actual numeric values like 90,000. So we would have to standardize that and make it numeric if we were actually cleaning it. We can also see that we have missing values in the salary field, in the employment type field, and experience level. And we also see there's some missing values in the job title column, but they're indicated with these like question marks. Now, there aren't too many unusual values in this data set. Like for salary, it doesn't look like there's any crazy values like 0 or like $1 million or something. But when we look at the text data, we can see that it's really inconsistent. There's a lot of different capitalizations on the job titles, like data analyst and data analyst should be equivalent, but they would come in as unique values because of the differences in capitalization. You can also see that US or USA or New York are referred to in different ways. So that also would need to be standardized along with these company ratings as well, which you can also see are very non-standard in how they're coming in. So that's not a full list of everything that's wrong with this data set, but that's kind of how you would go about identifying the issues in the data set. So this step is important because it's your data quality check or your data profiling step. It's where you actually identify the problems you need to fix. And bonus tip for you, keep a log of the changes you plan on making so you don't miss or forget anything. A quick side note here, you may be thinking, these steps sound a lot like exploratory data analysis, or EDA. And you would be kind of correct. The first 2 steps are more a part of EDA than data cleaning, but in practice, EDA and data cleaning kind of happen together. You explore the data, find issues, fix them, and then explore the data some more to make sure those fixes worked. So now we've identified the issues, but don't jump straight into coding yet. I know you want to, but first we need to make a plan. Step 3 is decide how to solve the problems in the dataset. This is your planning step, and your solutions to the problems will depend on your use case. So going through the problems from step 2, you need to decide first, what data types should the columns be? This is one of the easiest cleaning decisions, so you can knock this out right away. Second, how are you going to handle any unusual numeric values like outliers? Are you going to drop them out or are you going to keep them? Again, the decision here really depends on your use case and why you may be seeing unusual values. Next, you need to standardize any of your categorical or your text values. When it comes to the missing values, are you going to try to impute them or are you going to drop them out entirely? This is actually a pretty big topic in data cleaning, and the answer to this question really varies based on why the data is missing. If you want to dive further into this topic, I actually have a video all about missing data, so you can check that out here if you're interested. And finally, how are you going to handle duplicates? You could drop them out, you could keep both instances, or you could just keep one instance. In that case, which instance are you going to keep? So in our data set, we would want to make sure that salary is coming in as a numeric value, and we would probably convert all of these to actual numeric numbers to like 100,000 instead of just 100K. For posting date, we would also want to make sure that's coming in as a date field and not a string field. We would probably standardize the job titles by making them all uppercase so that data analyst, all capital, and data analyst with the camel case are actually equivalent values. We would also plan to trim these fields so that there's no leading or trailing spaces. And we could do something similar for things like location or employment type to standardize those as well. Now, when it comes to missing values, we could drop out rows where either there is no job title. If we're doing an analysis based on job title and we don't actually have the job title, we probably don't want that row. But when it comes to something like salary, we may be able to impute some of those values, which means we may be able to infer the value for that one based on the job title, the company, the location, and the experience level. So we could plan to see for this role, is there any other role in this data set that has similar values for these fields? We can find the salary there, and then we could fill it in for this row. This step is important because it's your data cleaning game plan. Planning this out will make the rest of the data cleaning process simpler and more systematic. And remember that log that you created in step 2? In that log, you can also document how you fixed each of the issues. For example, we fixed the missing salary values by imputing that value based on the job title, the company, the level, etc. This will help you or someone else recreate any analysis that you run from this clean data set in the future. All right, so we have our plan in place, and now it's time for the step you've probably been waiting for. Step 4, clean and standardize the data. This is the step where you put your plan into action using tools like SQL or Python. In this step, you will actually write and run the code that transforms your data set by fixing the data types, standardizing text values, and handling those missing and duplicated values. If you want to see how to actually implement these steps using SQL or Python, I actually have a couple of data cleaning videos that use Python and SQL that you can check out. Now, we've cleaned our data, but we're not done just yet. This next step is crucial. Step 5, validate the data. Once you finish performing the cleaning steps, you have to make sure you didn't accidentally break your data, which just means confirming that your transformations didn't introduce new errors or unintended changes. So how can you do this? Well, remember in step 1, I mentioned looking at the shape of your data and running some baseline numbers on how many rows and columns you had? This is where that comes back in. You can compare the number of rows and columns that you had at the beginning before you cleaned your data set to the number of rows and columns you have after you cleaned your data set to make sure you didn't inadvertently drop out any rows or columns. You can also check the distributions of the numeric columns and the unique values in the text columns to make sure they still look as expected. And finally, you can also compare the values in the rows and columns to business logic. For example, making sure you don't have anything like negative ages or dates that don't make any sense. Now, this step is really crucial because we want to make sure that any changes we made as part of data cleaning didn't introduce any new errors or data quality problems into the dataset. So there you have it, our 5-step system to clean a dataset. Now, here's a secret, or not so secret. These steps actually happen in a loop. You don't always go from steps 1 through 5 once and then stop. Many times you'll actually have to iterate. You'll uncover some problems, you'll plan how to fix them, you'll actually fix them, then you'll validate those fixes, and then you'll go back to making sure there's either no more problems or you'll uncover some more issues in the dataset and keep iterating until the dataset is in a good place and you've resolved all of the data issues. So if you've ever felt stuck staring at a messy dataset, this is a system you can fall back on every time. Let me know which part of the data cleaning process is the hardest for you, or which is the easiest for you. Or better yet, what's the worst data cleaning problem you've ever had to solve? Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.